So, my dear Libra, this is your reading for the month of Capricorn. Sun in Capricorn is giving the light to the waning moon in Libra. Justice, a word that doesn't exist in nature. Nature is not just. Aleister Crowley always says that the word justice is man-made. And so also the church that created a monster out of you, because this is God Pan. God Pan makes sure that we come together and create the next generation. So he has a very sexual aspect. As you maybe can see, there is this very interesting pattern inside of this fur. And we don't see it unless you look very closely to it. So this story here is the 10th house. The 10th house of social status is highlighting the 7th house of partnership. And Saturn rules Capricorn, and here Venus rules you. And Venus is all about beauty and also the money, but also the relationships that we have and how much we can learn through them. The yoga position for Capricorn is the dancer pose. We're dancing up into the third eye, liberating ourselves. And for Libra, I choose the squat. And here we have our hands in Namaste. And we are recognizing that in front of our heart, the balance between these two energies, right? The dualities, the yin and the yang, the moon waning and waxing, are creating the biggest obstacle, right, of liberation, to liberate yourself completely. Here, between the two pillars that are not anymore black and white like in the High Priestess, now they are actually gray. So the climbing up in the social status is here through Nataraj Asana, dancer pose, guaranteed. And of course here to come into your center, to come into your heart, to come into the equal day and equal night that happens in the fall equinox. So this is the story that's gonna give the energy to the reading today. Your court card is the Queen of Swords. If your birthday is between the September 12th and October 12th, she is your court card. If not, look in the description below. I have listed all of them, including all the major arcanas, 13 of them that I picked, and of course all the decks that I'm using on each of their positions. So you're looking into the right spinning path. We have the Earth spinning itself around the Sun, which is 365 days long. And the right spinning path is the human path, the external, going and bringing the experience to the internal. And then the left spinning path is the path that the precession of the equinox, the spinning of the Earth to the left, and that spin lasts 25,800 years, and then we divide that as well through the 12 zodiac signs and we get an age. Currently we are in the age of Pisces, going slowly into the age of Aquarius. Some schools say we're already in the age of Aquarius, some say we aren't. I leave it up to you, right? So make your own decisions on your intuitions, really important. To the last reading where Sagittarius Sun was highlighting the Libra Moon, the message was to really be a gatherer is to be able to gather around in your community. So let's see what Capricorn is letting you know, right? Capricorn is really, again, the 10th house, the social status, the Saturn, the teacher. And you, of course, are the 7th house, the relationship with Venus, the loving energy. And so we begin on the position of the Fool, which you can see is a state of consciousness. Your soul is giving you this inspiration this thought of the King of Pentacle, which is Taurus. So there's a Taurus energy in your life that sits here on his six-pointed throne. And the interesting thing is how his legs are crossed, which shows that he understands in the crossing, the uniting of the dualities within us. He has red arms, blue and green stockings, very interesting. And he's looking straight forward. And so the understanding that your finances are secure, and that you are prosperous, and that you maybe want to take care more of your financial situation is coming up as an intuitive thought, as the initiate thought of now this journey of what Capricorn is bringing to you, because Capricorn is an earth sign as well. And so the social status is about finding your roots, finding the groundedness in your social status, and then hopefully climb the ladder. On the position of the Magician comes the Eagle. And the Eagle is an air sign, is higher consciousness, is the number 16, which is then a 7, it's the crown chakra. And here stands the Magician, which is a state of consciousness that's saying, okay, I'm going to act upon this through my higher consciousness. And the higher consciousness is the only way for us to bring the new ideas down to earth, down into the nest. Even an eagle needs to come down to the nest and rest. So there is a higher consciousness coming down and speaking to you, because Alberto Villoldo's cards are always about the 4 animals, right? Which then also have the 4 directions. And the eagle is saying, eagle comes from the east, the place of the rising sun, of new beginnings. She roars high in the sky, sees the smallest detail with clarity without losing track of the bigger picture, and nests in the high mountains. For eagle, there are no obstacles, only opportunities. She calls you to ascend, to acquire perspective, so you can fly wing to wing with great spirit. What a beautiful energy you're getting here. Grounded yet uplifting, but nevertheless I feel like he's landing, he's coming down. So there is something where you almost, the eagle has landed. You have, because of the air sign and the one bird that's up here high above you, it's almost like you are ready to land. You're ready to literally say, okay, what else can I do here in this dimension? I had enough being up in the air, because you are the water aspect of air, and that's the cloud. On the position of then the High Priestess comes the Hermetic Tarot, used by the Order of the Golden Dawn, created 1888 in London. So the 3 of Pentacles speaks about Mars in Capricorn, and you can see that Capricorn is speaking directly here now to you. Mars, the fighting planet, and you have this triangle pointing upwards. And here's a triangle in as well. And the 3 are always talking about intuitive, you know, if you want to build something, you need more people to do so. And the 3 is a tribe. Tree, right, is the number 3. And so she is the number 3, and the number 3 is always the new one, between the black and the white, between the duality. So here you have come to an understanding that the Lord of material work is at hand, and that you're building something, that you're creating something. That's why you're coming down, very clearly, right? Because the 16 the 1 of the Magician, and the 6, the Lovers, or Capricorn, and we calculate the 15 together. You bringing the magic self-love down to earth so that you can build something here from the bottom, from scratch, from the Taurus energy, right? Something sustainable, something that's gonna last. Very interesting, this reading already. Then on the position of the Empress comes the Tower, another 16. So you had here 16. It's almost like you built something and now something comes and destroys it. Nevertheless, this destruction is not affecting these 3 windows. Again, the 3 pointing up. It's just something here in the crown needs to go. It's almost like, in a loving way, the 7, which is the 7 here, it's almost like you had enough being spiritually up there in the sky and now you're coming down. And of course you gotta always recognize that he with the crown is protected. The one who has no crown, the one who doesn't understand the spiritual path, is gonna get hit by that. So here the La Maison Dieu, which is Oswald Wirth and was used by the Order of the Rose Cross, also formed in Paris 1888. So these two schools have the same date, 1888, but have different pictures on some of the major arcanas and minor arcanas. Different numbers, different names, different directions, right or left spinning. Nevertheless, I like to include all of them, right? Because I believe that that's where the variety and the diversity comes in our life. So here comes the state of consciousness of the Empress saying, well, let me crash, let me break things apart, let me make sure that I can create something new, because this is still there, right? It's just a crown that's coming down. Then comes you. You come out of that, and you have recognized now the fact that you are ready to go into the right spinning path, and you're gonna take your work serious. Something left, something shaked you, and you can continue now the work. Because then on the position of the Wheel of Fortune, the quiz of life, right? This is the quiz of life. We are questioning constantly why we're here, what is all this about, comes the number 22. And here the like a bird. In the German card, it's called freedom. And you are now becoming yourself the bird. You are yourself as the... It's almost like this is the transformation. Here, the eagle came down, and you are looking in this direction, and you are like, okay, connected still with the winged animals. Your wings are here, and it's left over from here, but you decided to walk on earth. You decided to come down, right? You had decided to be now in this physical plane and to be a player. A serious player, because this is financially quite a lot of money. And of course here as well, it's not a lot of money, but it's the desire to build something structurally successful. And this is what your intuition is telling you, right? This is exactly what the High Priestess does. She says, I am using Capricorn as the energy to build something. And so you go. Like a bird, you're looking forward and you are ready to continue your path. Because then on your position comes here, Israel Regardi, the Golden Dawn Tarot. And the Golden Dawn Tarot, you get the Fool, and you want to begin something completely new. You have a black dog looking into the right spinning, and you are facing the left spinning. So it's almost like these two are connecting, and you see the white halo around the child, the white halo around the wings, and this is the higher spiritual energy that you're bringing down. And so you want to begin completely a new chapter. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fruits, and again it comes to the 6 of the Capricorn, but also the 6 as the 6 in here, the Spirit, and the 6 in here. So you have already, right, the number 6 here. By the way, this is the second zodiac sign, so it's the number 2 here connected. So you have 1, 2, and 6 fruits, right? So 3 times the 6 in here. And you have a 2-2 portal with this, so 3 times 2. You want to build something. You want to do something here. And it's almost like the dark dog is saying, yeah, go this way, but he's like, yeah, but I need 1 more fruit. And that's the only thing that I really need, is that 1 fruit. It's the number 1, it's the magician. I need the power of the magician. And that's the eagle. Then comes on the position of the hangman, the lapis lazuli, the number 29, which then is another 2. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 times the 2, which is the heart in the creativity. Then you have a 9, a completion in here, and calculated together, it's the 11. So you're awakening to the lapis lazuli, and the lapis lazuli is saying spiritual truth, enlightenment, meditation, consciousness of the unity, inner vision. Wow, so you really bring this here, right? There is a 1 inside here as well, and there is a 1 inside here as well. So you have 1, 2, 3 times the 1. Power in being grounded, power in seeing these 1, 2, 3, but there are 6 of it, but right now we only see 3. There's the power in the 3 in the triangle, always the power in the 3. The 3 is building something, and you are visualizing, you're recognizing the power that you're bringing through the eagle as the magician. Wow. So you're ready to be an enlightened energy that inspires others, helps others, because then on the position of Capricorn comes the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is that career, that new beginning, that travel. And you want to travel, you want to go and bring this to the people. And the snake that's crawling up, usually there is a snake as well, right, in this card with the devil, because it's that first chakra, is that first sexual energy. So there's a sexual energy that wants you to go out there and be creative. That's what creativity does to us, right? And so your enlightenment here, as the ace, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the 1. Speaking about it, sharing with others your experience is now upon you. And Capricorn, the sun in Capricorn, is literally pushing you to go and experience new things, right? Creating new things. This is pure creativity, pure sexuality. Using that, right, with the lapis lazuli. Then on the position of the tower, which is shake up, awakening, comes the crocodile. The snake and the crocodile are the same cold-blooded animals. They don't sit on the eggs. They put the eggs in the sand and let the sun do the work, and then they move on. So they're cold-blooded, but at the same time, this is a powerhouse, the crocodile, because the crocodile is a water animal and he is very patient. Patient, resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. Wise, patient, a silent powerhouse. So the crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, actions, or discussions. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering your awareness, observing and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves, so your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. So that's coming to you, Ryle, the Tower, which has come on the position of the Empress, the 3, remember? You are diligently waiting to make the next move after things have fallen, after things have has disintegrated. Because this is what's happening, right? When there's a new age coming in, a lot of old structures are leaving, and that's what, of course, Taurus doesn't like. Taurus is like, I like to be safe and have that worth. So there's new energies coming in that want to bring a higher consciousness, and sometimes we gotta wait to realize this because he's facing the soul path. Then on the position of the moon, which is in your sign, right? So comes here the desire to awaken, the desire to yearn, have a yearning inside of you. But here comes the number 5 and a closing door. The completion of something. Something is ending. Something is finally done. That's why you also maybe go deep down and you're submerging and you are watching how things play out, because you have decided to create something new, to begin new, letting the 6, right, through Capricorn play. And the 5 is a closing door. Now, it doesn't seem to me like a closing door. It seems to me that there's a door opening for you and that you waited long enough for this moment to happen, and now you coming back up and you are going to go into this light. I don't think it's a closing door. I think it's an opportunity for you to see something. It's an opportunity for you to say, okay, I'm gonna rise. I'm gonna come out, because this is my moon, and on my moon there is this new beginning, and you are behind this door. You're in there. You're that spirit, and you show the light. And this is the light that you see here with these wings. It's like there is something that you're glowing, that you are shining, that you have something that others don't have. Then on the position of the sun, which is in Capricorn, comes dark matter. And that's very interesting because 85% of the universe is made of dark matter. So the devil isn't that bad. It's just a church that made bad energy out of him. He is the god Pan. And here comes the dark matter. The number 38, which then again becomes an 11. So you have an 11-11 portal. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times the 1. 7 times the 1 is the crown chakra that broke off, and 7 times the 1 you finding here on this ground. The eagle comes down because he finds his 7 here on the earth, grounded. He can divide 7 times into 1, because only the number 1 can be divided through the 7. There's no other number that can be divided through the 7. The same with the 5. So you keep that spiritual energy that you have decided to bring down here and to walk on this earth. You have kept that, and now you divide it in lots of different places. And the dark matter is literally like, it's okay. The way you do it, it's good. What you do is good. The dark matter is the mystery. So understand that the dark matter, a little light is all we need. We don't need much to awaken, right? And for the plant to grow, it doesn't need much. It just needs to feel the light. It needs to feel the warmth. Then on the position of the guardian angel or the last judgment comes here this card. So you awaken to the courage of the number 42, which is then a 6. Have the courage to see the lessons in all situations and face them constructively. The number 42, so you have another 2 to 22, and the 2 in the lapis lazuli, and the 2 of the Taurus. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5 times the 2. So this is very clear that the courage to get through this dark matter and spark your lights, give this halo. Everywhere there is this light, everywhere there is a little bit of light. You have everywhere a little bit of light. Everywhere you put your lights, all over the world. And that's your reason for being here. Your reason for being here is to have the courage to connect with this colibri, with also the jaguar, which is part of the animals that Alberto Villoldo works with. Very powerful. You are here to understand something very clearly. You are here to bring a lot of light to the people in a lot of different ways, to highlight. You yourself bring the light into the dark matter. The door is open, it's not closing. The door is opening, and you're showing your light. You're really truly showing your light, and you show that you are in the dark matter, bringing the mystery to the people. Because then on the position of the world, the number 21, comes the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is Saturn in Sagittarius. So you have 11 Wands. And again, you have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times the 1. The infinite number above the magician. 8 times the 1. 8 times you infinitely give the light to the people. You infinitely inspire and have all these little energies, these sparks, these creative ideas that you want to bring into this world. And it's work, but it's work that is good for you, because it's really important that you also recognize not to work too hard, and that you don't push yourself too far, and that the dark matter is not something that is like a closing door. It's just like, I'm going to open the door. I'm going to be the light. I'm going to show the people the light. I am, even though if I submerge like a crocodile, I'm coming out and I show them a little bit of light, right? So it's just the eyes. And they see the infrared. They see your warmth, the crocodile, these cold-blooded energies. The snake too. They see your warmth. They see that you're warm. They see your light. And the light is there. Because on the position of the dark matter here, I'm just going to put this down for a moment, is here this one, the snake coming out here, awakening, creating something new, right, on the position of the Capricorn, which is the darkest month of the year. So here you are now bringing this energy forward, the 10 of Wands, and then comes here again, closing the cycle, Taurus. The 10 is that, okay, I worked a lot for what I have created, but now I can see that with the 11 wands, and another one in it, you have all these ones. Everything is 1, 1, 1, 1. And the one is the one. The one is the crown. Even though you lost your crown, it doesn't matter to you. You coming down. The crown is coming down. The eagle is coming down. You coming down. You want to begin completely new. You even have still the wings. Wow, I mean, so then, like I said, don't do too much, but bring whatever it is. Bring this creative idea that Capricorn is helping you to make it happen. Have the courage to see the lessons in all situations and face them constructively, right? This was the number 6, because we have here the 6, the lesson that you learned here, and the lesson that you're learning here in coming down. And that's it. That's your lesson. Your lesson is to awaken, to have the courage. The number 42, through Capricorn. Capricorn is giving you the courage to now really create something inspiring. Really inspiring. Because we need people like you, right? We need people who come down and say, okay, I am a spirit that's coming down just to give light. That's all I want to do. I want to give light many times. Beautiful reading. I mean, it's a little speaking to me because I'm the Queen of Swords, but I'm a hermit. So I'm really looking at this and like, okay, do I see more? But I think that's it. You give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times the light. 8 times infinitely you give the light, and you can be proud of that. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because then the Earth is spinning in such a way we see behind the Sun the constellation Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is coming then to you. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me and wishing you a happy new year 23. Namaste.